Welcome to today's Algebra 2 review daily practice. So today is going to be our first daily practice. So just an introduction about what we are going to do in this week. So you will receive a problem set just like this one here every day. So if you can complete this practice set, not only you can get 100 coins, but also you can review the knowledge for your final exam. All right, so make sure you just take a thorough review and make sure you do the daily practice if you want to study for the final exam. All right, so without further ado, let's take a look on the first problem. So in the first problem here, we have a calculation with the radicals. So first we can open the parentheses. So we are going to have a root 2 multiplied by a root 2 and then minus root 2 multiplied by root 3, and then we have the plus root 6 just on the other side. Okay, and then we can simplify this. So we have a 2 minus root 6 plus a root 6, which is equal to 2. Okay, so in the first problem here, we have the answer to be 2. Okay, and now let's take a look on the second one. So for the second one, we just want to test on the definition of the quadratic function. So which one of the following is a quadratic function? So keep in mind that for a quadratic function, we must have the expression about the x to be a quadratic expression. So we can already eliminate the answer choice B and the answer choice D, because the first one, the degree is equal to 1. You can see here, you only have a linear term here, and for the second one, the degree is equal to 3. So we have this one here is not a quadratic function. All right, so now you may just debate over the choice A and the choice C. And I'm sure that if you just take a look and compare the two choices here, the choice C will look better because there's no way it cannot be a quadratic function. But what's wrong with the answer choice A? So the answer choice A is wrong because here for the coefficient, it doesn't specify that the coefficient is not equal to 0. So we must have the A to be not equal to 0 so that the function is a valid quadratic function, because when A is equal to 0, then this function is not a quadratic function. All right, so we can only choose the answer choice C. Okay, and now let's take a look on next one. So we want to solve this radical equation. So when you want to solve a radical equation, you first want to isolate the radical in this equation. So we can first divide both sides by a 4 to have a root 2x minus 2 is equal to 4. And then solving this radical equation, we want to square both sides of the equation to have a 2x minus 2 is equal to 16. And then we will have a 2x is equal to 18. Or the x is equal to 9. So the solution to this one here is x equals 9. Okay, and now we can take a look on the next one. So I think for the next one here, the accuracy is also about 80%. So we can also take a look on which one here might trick you guys. So we want to see which of the following factorization is correct. So we can take a look on this one by one. For the first one, we want to, you can see that we want to factor out the x. But here when we factor out the x, keep in mind that this guy here will become a plus 1. So essentially we should have a plus 1 in the end to be the factorization. So the choice A will be incorrect. And then we have the choice B. We have the a cubed minus 2a squared b plus ab squared. So for this one here, we can first factor out the common factor, which is a. And we have a squared minus 2ab plus the b squared. And then take a look on the expression inside the parenthesis. It's going to be a perfect square trinomial pattern. So we can also factor this into a minus b to the second power. So this one here should be correct. It looks like what we have here on the right hand side. And for the choice C here, we have the x squared minus 2x and plus 4. So in this case here, if you want to factorize this guy, you shouldn't have any way to do so. But if you take a look on the expression over here, for the x minus 1 squared, you will have x squared minus 2x and plus 1. And clearly these two expressions are not the same. So we know the choice C here is wrong. Okay, so now time to look at the answer choice D. So for the answer choice D, we also have about 20% of students got this one wrong by just choosing this one. So we can take a look on what's wrong with this guy. So again, if we want to factor out the common factor A, there must be a 9a here, right, for us to factor out this as the common factor. But you can see that in the expression, we don't have the a as the common factor, so choice D is also wrong. We only have the answer choice B. Okay, so lastly, we can take a look on the answer choice D, which also has about 80% of the accuracy rate. So we can take a look on this one. So for this one here, we want to divide this expression using long division, and we want to see what is the quotient. So to write down the long division here, we are going to first write down the dividend, which we have a 2x cubed minus 8x squared and plus 9x and minus 2. Divided by x minus 2. And then we are going to just divide this by the x minus 2 by comparing the leading coefficients. So this will be a 2x squared. And then if we multiply this for the bottom here, we have a 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 9x and minus 2. And then if we try to divide this by subtracting the expressions, we will have a negative 4x squared. Oh, we don't need to write everything here. Plus 9x and minus 2. All right, so we have this expression over here. And now we also have to decide the next term in the quotient. So by comparing this coefficients here, we can see that we should minus a 4x so that we can cancel this out. So minus 4x squared and plus 8x. And then we do the subtraction again. We were left with a x minus 2. And now we just need to add a 1 to be the last term in this quotient. So this will be our final answer as well, because you are able to cancel all of this in the end. Okay, so the correct answer will be the answer choice D.